Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As we mentioned earlier, we'll be talking about character building, capacity building for children, for youth, and for women, of course, since they are responsible for raising generations. And we're very much delighted to have with us here in the studio Dr. Amira Sabak, Professor of Strategic Management, Organization Behavior, and International Education Leadership. Thank you very much, Dr. Amira, for being with us.
Thank you, Hela, for inviting me to such a wonderful program, especially that it's directed for ladies and women.
Yes, we'll be focusing about women, but to start with, people say now that we are in a constantly changing world, in a dynamic world, and we need to adjust to all the changes taking place around us. How can we prepare the Egyptian youth? How can we prepare our children? And how can we, as women, be prepared for this?
You know, Hela, till very few years, we used to say that we are in a dynamic world. Dynamic world is no more there. We are in a such faster world. Now we are in the Vuca world.
Vuca, what does it stand for?
Vuca World stands for, it's an acronym.
It's an acronym.
Yes, it's an acronym that appeared in one of the articles in the year 2010. And it was like a wake-up call for everyone. This article said, hello guys, if you still believe that we are in the dynamic world, we are not in the dynamic world anymore. We are in a Vuca world. Vuca stands for 4 descriptions for our world. V, it's volatile. Yes. Now changes are not just dynamic. They are volatile, which is much faster than dynamic. You can just sleep for a couple of hours and wake up and find lots of changes, and they are very volatile. The U stands for uncertainty. Now it is very hard to know what's going on or what will happen after a week or a month. There is a big amount of uncertainty. The letter C stands for complexity. The more globalization we are in, the more global we go into, we become more complex. We face lots of complexity. And the A stands for ambiguity. Everything is hidden.
You know, all what you're saying, Vuca, applies to COVID-19 because the past year has been to
we
me
could have never imagined
a typical Vuca world for everyone.
Who could ever imagine this?
Very volatile, very uncertain, very complex, and ambiguous too. So yes,
this is very good comment. So if we take COVID-19 as an example, we find that some people coped and they adapted and they can continue, and others disappeared. So here we can mention a new word that can go with Vuca, agility. Now, to match the Vuca world, we need agility. Agility in the way of thinking, agility in our taking decisions, agility in every step. Agility means is to be fit. You can take quick steps, backward or forward, to think fast, to take action fast. In this article in 2010, in this article, they spoke about something called Agile Models. To cope with the Vuca world, you need to be agile. And they made a model of the 5 letters of the word agile. To cope with the Vuca world, you have to, the letter A, anticipate change. What does this mean? In the past, we used to say, you have to be flexible with change. You have to cope with change. This is not anymore. Now you have to anticipate. You have to predict change. You have to monitor and watch what's going on and predict what will happen.
That was in 2010?
Yes.
No one predicted what was
happening. Unfortunately. It would have been much easier now, okay? And the G is to generate confidence. When you see that there is change, fine, there is change. Do you want change? Yes, I want change. Everyone wants change.
No, not everyone wants change.
But not everyone wants to go through the process of change.
But people normally want to stay in their comfort zone, and that's
a big obstacle.
The conflict here between what's going on around you and how you prefer to stay in your comfort zone and avoid even thinking or anticipating what's going to happen.
There is a motto that we always say in management. It's a well-known one, it's a funny one. No one likes to change except a wet baby. The only one who wants to change is a wet baby who wants to change his diapers. Other than that, people in general don't like change. This is by nature. You can tell me, oh, Amira, but I can see some people go for change. It's because they are clever. They see the need for change. It's not because we like change. By the way, most of us would like to stay in the comfort zone. But it needs stamina. It needs inner motivation. It needs vision that if you do not change, you will be obsolete. You will face myopia. Myopia means you will see just what's in front of you. You cannot see the future.
Short sight.
Yes. So one day, you will not be functioning anymore.
Okay.
So to be agile, you need to anticipate change. You need to generate confidence in you and everyone who goes in the process with you. You need to, the I is to initiate action. Take action. You feel that there is something that's going to happen. Don't say, okay, I will go later. It's now or never. Sometimes, yes, we say, okay, I know that I need to move, but we don't take action. Now in our age, in our world now, it's very important to be decisive and take action.
Okay.
The L is to liberate thinking. We used to say, think inside the box, think outside of the box. Now we have to say, think as if there is no box. Why do you think inside the box and out of the box? There is no box.
There is no box.
There is no box, by the way. You have 360 degrees to think. And the letter E is for evaluate what you're doing. You have to stop every milestone and evaluate what's going on.
Okay.
So we need to be agile to cope with our VUCA challenging, extremely challenging world.
How can we, Dr. Amira, apply this to the way women are bringing up their children and dealing with the youth?
Okay. Let's admit that women now are playing an extremely big role in our community, especially that women are moms, teachers, and these two are the main pillars, are the main cornerstones in every child's life. So if I raise up a lady or a woman with some blocks, she will never go for the VUCA world. She will never be prepared. Okay, I will tell you about some blocks that we, by mistake, instill in our girls. Mentally, we instill it in their minds.
It's because of the culture and traditions and
definitely.
Sometimes, yes.
Sometimes we say, no, we accept the idea that girls are equal to boys. But inside us, we still have these residuals.
Speaking of change.
Yes, yes.
Speaking of change.
Yes. The first thing is, we always encourage boys to do things. And we come to girls and say, you cannot do this. You are a girl. So what are girls raised up to? I'm not creative. Men are creative than me. So no, if you have a girl, you have to get out the creativity from inside.
But sometimes the exact opposite happens because she is challenged to prove that she can actually be better than the boy.
So who can do this? The mom, the teacher, the woman in authority in this lady's life. Yes? So, but she cannot do it by herself. She needs another lady to see as a role model to tell her, no, you are up to it. You can do that. You are equal. Maybe you can be much better.
So this is how we encourage young girls to be innovative and creative.
And risky.
This is the starting point, because as she grows up and starts a family, and even if she doesn't have a career, it's just starting a family, she will raise her kids, boys and girls equally, to find what they are talented in, to find their points of strength, to be creative and to be innovative enough.
That's very true. When we tell little girls, you are not creative, I'm giving her some insecurities that she can live with. So when she becomes a mom, when she becomes a teacher, she still feels insecure in this big community. But if I raise the girl up with her self-confidence and her pride in being a lady, her pride being a woman, her pride being different and intelligent and achieving, definitely she will be achieving maybe more than men. She will be a better mom, a better teacher. One of the things that we raise in our girls especially is assumptions. you shouldn't be out, you shouldn't travel, you shouldn't do and this and that because there is danger outside. And you are a girl. You cannot bear danger. But my brother is doing so. You are a girl. We want to avoid you from going into danger. We are building assumptions in her mind that outside these walls...
Under the pretext of protection.
Yes. Yeah. So we are always making her feel there are beasts outside. So you don't go outside. We are building assumptions that whatever a girl will do, she will be meeting beasts who will ruin her life. So what will girls do? Okay, let me stay at home, my safe area. No, assumptions are like walls. I have to ruin. I don't have to build them. One of the things that we still build in our girls, boys can have some exceptions in discipline, but a girl is a girl. A girl should be very disciplined. A girl should be very polite. A girl should be very shy. That's what we build in our girls. Why? To make a girl shy, to make a girl behaving by the book, I'm killing creativity in her. When I give her rules, just rules to move on, I'm killing creativity in her. Because at the same time, I'm giving all the exceptions for the male figure at home. Another thing that we always encourage girls to do, and that's not proper, you have to be serious. Because you are a girl. You have to make everything serious. And we raise up our kids. No, she doesn't have to be serious all the time. She can have fun, she can go out, she can travel, because this fun she's having in her life is lubricating the creativity inside her. So why are we pushing girls to be very disciplined, very serious, and we are not doing this with the other gender? Another thing, we always tell girls, don't risk. He is a man, he can risk. You are a lady, don't risk. How can I try? How can I create new ideas? How can I go for something new if you don't want me to make or to take a risk? Just simply because I'm a girl. This is one of the mistakes that we always build in our girls. Don't do this. This is dangerous. You have to be secure and safe. Men is okay to go out, but ladies no. We always keep girls in the same pattern, in the same routine. You have to do this and that. You shouldn't say your opinion. You are a girl, you are a lady. There is someone, a male figure, driving you. Especially at homes when the father is the only decision maker. So what can girls do? Okay, so mom and I, we are not decision makers. We are followers. So here comes the role of fathers as well. If
to support the girl and the woman or the wife to be more creative
and to get the voice out of her.
No, I have seen so many balanced families. What they do is that they divide the authority. It's not a one-man show. The father has the final word in certain things, and the mom has the final word in certain things. So you go to your mom if a decision is pertaining to certain topic, certain thing, you go to the mom. If it's pertaining to something that is under the authority of the dad, you go to your dad. And this is how they create the balance, and this is how the children grow up to see a balanced family. It's not someone who is making all the decisions or taking all the full responsibilities. By the way, sometimes I have seen this, Dr. Amira, in rural areas, sometimes it's exactly the opposite. Sometimes it's the mother who has the final say in everything. I have seen women, speaking of women economic empowerment, when they apply for loans to start their business, because change is taking place. What they do is that they support the family. They have the upper hand in the family. And even in Upper Egypt, in many rural areas, women have the upper hand in the family. But having the balanced family between the man and the woman perhaps is more appropriate and more applicable since we're talking about change.
Let me ask you a question. Who do you think is always wiser? Definitely I cannot generalize. But if we speak about men and women, I don't want to be a feminist, but women are always wiser. So I can take this back to the women's decision. The woman is the one who decides, who will be her partner, who will be a father for her kids,
Yes.
who will allow her to have a say or not. So if I totally agree with you, but at the end of the day, it's still the woman's decision. So if I build up my daughter's character to be strong enough, she will not be worried to get married to a strong man, to have a balance. She will be strong and he will be strong. She will not be a follower, yet she will be a partner.
I cannot agree more with you, Dr. Amira.
Definitely.
I'd like to thank you very much, Dr. Amira Sobak, Professor of Strategic Management, Organization Behavior, and International Education Leadership. Thank you very much.
It was a great pleasure for me.
I enjoyed talking to you so much.
It's my pleasure and
I'm so looking
privilege.
forward to our next meeting.
Inshallah.
Thank
Inshallah.
you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, with this we come to the end of this edition of Women's World. I'm Hala Al-Hamalawi. Many thanks for being with us.